Hello, Aries. Hello, Aries on YouTube. This is going to be a mid-month tarot update. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for this, along with a couple of other Oracle decks. I will let you know which card decks I'm using as I refer to the cards. But this will be for your mid-month, December 2022. As I shuffle and deal your cards, Aries, this is for Aries. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising heavily in your chart, you identify with the sign of Aries, and this reading is for you. But you are your own person living your own life. So please take it as it resonates. Let it land wherever it lands in your life, and use your own free will and good judgment to make decisions based on what you hear in this reading or any reading from me or anyone else, so that you can live the life that you desire. So let me get you a few more cards. If you do not know who I am, Spirit Speak Psychic Medium Heidi. That is me, the one and only. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. And I'm also right here on YouTube. If you are not subscribed to my channel, feel free to click that notification bell so you never miss anything from me. I would love to have you. Wow, your reading is a little bit similar to some of the other signs. The energy patterns hit us all, man. So know that you're not alone. Now, wow, okay. As I was sitting in the energy for just a moment before we started, I was asking Spirit, what does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to hear? And Spirit was letting me know to put your hard head to good use, Aries. To put your hard head to good use, your stubbornness, your willpower. It is your own. And if you feel very strongly about something in your life, don't be afraid to act on those feelings. There's a reason that you feel so strongly. I'm going to go ahead and dive in with you. We'll get started here. So, what is going on? This is Four of Pentacles for you. Four of Pentacles is about physical, tangible property, location, your physical body. I'm in the general collective here, so let it land wherever it lands in your life, and it might land in a couple of different areas. You might be able to read it in a few different ways. So Four of Pentacles is about really taking stock of what is precious to you, what is important to you in your life, and deciding what you want to do with that. This can be literally moving location, literally shifting around patterns in your life, making huge changes, big decisions based on what is best for you, not for everybody else, but for you. I feel like for far too long, you have been living for others and at the direction and the will and the guidance of others. And I feel like, boy, it is eating at you in a very large way. And you're coming to this point where you feel like you got to do something. You need to move and pop in some way or the other. And I have to say that some people may not be on board with this. Okay. Some people maybe not be on board with this, and you might be leaving others behind. You might be leaving a job behind. You might be leaving a location behind. You might be leaving bad eating habits behind. Okay. Whatever this is for you that you know is not right in your life. Do you see how her face is closed? She's turned her face away. She doesn't give a shit what anyone else thinks, says, or how they feel about what's going on with her. Okay. She's like, it's me. This is what's most important to me here. I've got my purse. I've got my coffee maker. I've got my cat, and I'm headed out the door. I'm going to go to where I know I will be okay. All right. Whether this is an actual move, I feel like, man, Aries, gosh, I know that Aries has been having some kind of a message like this for quite some time. It's hard to make big decisions. It's hard to make big moves, especially when you're unsure of the path. Spirit honors that, though. When you make a big decision or a big change for your own well-being, Spirit honors this in a huge way. Sometimes we don't know the right way to go. Sometimes we don't know what next move is the right move for us. And it's all about how you feel, Aries. It's all about how you feel and how things feel to you. If something feels bad, it is bad for you. If something feels wrong, it is wrong for you. Even if other people are like, no, that's the way it is. I feel like you can't stand it anymore. And you'll get to this place where you can't stand it so much. You're so uncomfortable that you have to make a change. All right. So Spirit is saying right now, don't allow yourself to be put in this uncomfortable corner that you just decide to do any old thing. Like, think with your mind now, make a plan now, decide right now what is truly important to you and what you want to carry with you into your future, into tomorrow, into the next place, into the next day, into the next meal. Okay, that's coming through for you, Aries. Take it as it resonates. You should know what I'm talking about. Four of Pentacles. You're really taking stock of what's most important to you, and you're deciding to turn away from anything else. Now, how are you feeling about this? This is Major Arcana card number 14, Temperance. Okay. How are you feeling about this? I told you you're feeling a lot. You are having a lot of feelings about things, and you're seeing the difference between the darkness and the light in your life. I want to show you this. You see this Temperance card? This guy is beat up. He's been through it. He's a working man. Look at him. He's got boots. He's all stained up in his wife beater there, but he has angel wings and he has a halo. Just because life has put him through the ringer, he's not lost touch with his own spirituality, with his own worthiness, with his own divinity. He still has kindness within him. He's able to balance the light parts of his life and the dark parts of what's going on without it letting it overwhelm him. Okay. And I see that you are becoming much more empowered in the balance of your emotions and recognizing when things aren't yours. Okay. Recognizing when it's other people that are triggering something within you that makes you feel that way. And you're like, you know what? I don't want any more of that. I don't want any more of that. So good for you, Aries. I have chills on this for you right now. That is great energy to be sitting in. Other people or your environment, their perspective, Two of Swords. I feel like this is them turning a blind eye to your needs, to your wants, to your desires. Maybe you're not speaking up about it. All right. Maybe you are. But I feel like other people are in their own heads about their own crap. All right. And they're not necessarily taking your feelings or how you are really wanting to take actionable steps. I feel like they're not taking it seriously. They're like, oh, Aries will get over it. Oh, Aries doesn't mean business. Aries isn't going to do nothing because Aries has been taking the next right step and doing the status quo for however long that they know they can depend upon that with you. But I feel like you're at this point where you don't want to do that any longer. Okay. And other people don't take it seriously. I have to say this. Maybe they have some options going on in their life. Maybe they've got some ideas that they are kicking around, but they're not really focused on you and how truly and strongly you're feeling about making these changes. All right. But do you see the difference here? This person is battered by circumstances, even frozen in a stalemate because they feel like, oh, nothing's going to change or there's nothing I can do to make this better. And you're like, no, I know somehow, some way things can become the way I want them to be as long as I figure it out and take actionable steps. All right. So I see this here for you. Use your hard head for a good reason, Spirit says. They'll either get on board with the seriousness of your plans or they will come to terms with the seriousness of your plans as you move forward in a healthier way in your life. So, what is your objective? 10 of Pentacles, man. I think you've had this before. You're always worried about your family. Maybe you didn't have the family that you wanted when you were growing up. All right. Maybe you've had things and lost things, and you really want something of your own. But if it's not that, right now, you can't make it be that, Aries. If what you have right now is not leading you to this space, I feel like you know this in your heart of hearts, and it's challenging. Okay. And you're like, what can I do? I really want to have the family life, the financial security, everybody on board, everybody happy, everybody pitching in, not just me. I feel this here. Okay. I feel how much you want this, but you can't force the universe's hand if you're not in the right situation. Okay. If you're not in the right location, if you're not with the right people, if you're not with the right job, if you're not taking better care of your health, you will not see the healthy lifestyle that you want to have. It's about looking at the bigger picture, looking at things in a real true perspective. And I see that you're doing that. And I see that others might not be looking at this at all or taking it seriously. And that's why you're like, you know what? F what you think. F what the big picture of your life seems to be for you. I really want to make my dreams come true. I want to be happy. I want to be in a stable, reciprocal relationship. I want to be somewhere where I don't have to worry about my finances, my funds. I want everyone to contribute. I want to have that family life. I want to have that big house on the hill, whatever this is for you, Aries. And I feel like you do not believe at this time that your outer world can support that for you or with you. Okay. And I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I am not going to say that you're wrong at all. You're seeing things very clearly, and that can be a hardship. That can really weigh heavily on your heart. And I understand this, but sometimes when things weigh so heavily on our hearts, that's when we get into that corner, that uncomfortable corner, when the pain exceeds the pleasure or the comfort. That's when we're spurred to make big changes. All right. So, what is a drawback or a holdup right now? Ace of Swords. I feel like you're in your head about it. And that's not a bad place to be. You know, it starts with awareness, but I feel like you can get caught in your head about it and talk yourself out of it. Oh, I don't even know how that would work. You know, like what about in 5 years? What about in 10 years? What about today? What about tomorrow? That's what we're focusing on right now, because we can think about the long term and be like, oh my God, there's just so many things. I just don't even know how I could even pull that off. I'm not sure how I could just, whatever. But I want to say this: if you sit in the same energy today that you were sitting in yesterday, tomorrow's going to be the same. It takes action to make real changes in your life. And I know that that is what you want. I know that that's what you need in whatever area this is, Aries. Okay. So be strong, use that hard headedness for a good reason. Other people will come to terms with that and get on board, or come to terms with that and resonate out of your life if that's what it is. Sometimes that's hard, but coming to the grips of the truth of that now is better than coming to the truth of that in 20 years. All right. I'm sorry to say this, but Spirit wants me to say this. So we can think ourselves up, or we can think ourselves down. Oh no, never mind. I'm just going to get caught up in this same old mental pattern that I've been in forever. And then that's what it's going to be for the next 5 years, or the next 10 years, or the next 2 fucking weeks, Aries. Yes, I cuss. Forgive my language, but this is a real reading and I'm a real person just like you. Can you live in the scenario that you're living in for 5 more years? Can you live with the feelings that you're having for that much longer? I don't feel like you can. I don't feel like you can. And Spirit says you don't have to. Spirit says when you feel like something's wrong, it's wrong for you. And that's okay. That just means there's something better for you out of the space that you're in. Okay. Outside of this scenario, there's something better for you and better for those involved. I feel like you're concerned about the wreckage that you might leave in your past. Oh my God, people are going to be hurt. People are going to be mad. People are going to be upset. I feel like that weighs heavily on you. But you know what? Those people's feelings are not your responsibility. You are opening up a new pathway for them to grow and change and find the life that they desire, as you do the same in a different avenue. Okay. If that's what it is, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not your mama. I'm not your boss. And you're not going to listen to me anyway, right? You're only going to listen to your inner knowing. That is where you're at with the Temperance card, Aries. And that's freaking great. Follow your feelings. Follow your feelings. And when something feels bad to you, that means stay away from that. That means pull away from that. That means think about the bigger picture, not just what's right in front of you. Okay. Don't get stuck in these mental patterns that you've been stuck in. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in the, but I can't do this on my own. I'm not worthy enough for that job. I don't even think I can move. What if this happens? What if that happens? What ifs are a bunch of crap. All right. You'll never know what if until you take a chance and find out. You don't want to live a life of regret. You don't want to live a life of regret. So let's talk about what the situation, some additional factors from the Kipper deck here for you, Aries. Additional factors. You got 2 cards on this. Number 11, sudden wealth. Sudden wealth. Okay. I've got chills on this for you. I feel like you might be the money man in your scenario, and you might feel like you're leaving people high and dry. Okay. I'll just say that right now. You might feel like you're leaving people high and dry by deciding to choose you. I'll tell you what, they can jump on the bandwagon and decide to live a healthier life with you or not. That's their choice. You are nobody's bank account. You are nobody's, I feel like you're the stable foundation that they lean on, but if they're leaning on you to the point where you feel like you're going to break, then everything's going to crumble, Aries. You can't be that. Everyone has to carry their own weight. You see the 11, 1 and 1, it's equal, it's balanced. That's how you grow. That's how you thrive. That's how you achieve what you want. And not only that, but when you follow your heart and you get yourself into healthier spaces, Spirit will bless you with that financial sustainability that you're looking to receive, that you're looking to have in the future, by simply moving to a different area, shifting your focus to a more positive frame of mind. Now, this other card you got from the Kipper deck is number 31, bad health. That's why I say maybe you're planning to make some healthy choices, change your diet, pick up an exercise regimen, whatever makes you feel good. The stress that you are living under right now will eventually deplete your physical health. That is how this energetic dimension works. Yeah, we're all 3D human beings, okay, but we have real feelings that really matter. And when our feelings like are down in the dumps, when we feel like we're bogged down by circumstances, by people in our lives who aren't carrying their own weight, when we feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders, eventually your body will reap those kinds of effects, and it will become denser and denser and denser until you're laid up in bed. Man, I don't feel good. I'm depressed. My back hurts. My feet hurt. I do everything. I feel used. I feel overextended. Okay. These are things that can truly happen. You are not the one who takes care of everyone. There are people in your life who need to do their own part. Let this land where it lands with you. It could be your family, it could be your community, it could be your partnership, it could be at work. Aries, as long as you continue to shoulder the weight of the world, to shoulder the weight of other people, they will never learn how to shoulder their own shit themselves. All right? Yes. So let's talk about what the situation is rooted in from the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck by PC Cast and Colette Baron Reed. The card number again is 31. Is that crazy? You got two number 31s. 3 and 1 is 4. That's a stable foundation that you're building. The card is risk. This person doesn't know how it's going to turn out. This person doesn't know if it's going to be okay. What they do know is they don't want to stand on that ledge anymore. All right, Aries? This is what the situation is rooted in. I feel like you're in that corner. I got goosebumps from head to toe right now. And it's uncomfortable. And you're tired of teeter-tottering there at the edge of the ledge. You're tired of trying to pull off walking this fine line, this tight rope. So for the sake of status quo, for the sake of everyone else, so you don't make waves, so people aren't upset, you're upset. Doesn't that matter? You're not satisfied with what is going on in this scenario. And that speaks volumes, not only to your life, to the world, to those other people, but also to your body, Aries. Do not allow this to impact your physical health in such a way. Take this risk to change something, anything. Any change is going to create a ripple effect in your life that's going to help shake this pattern that you are somehow clinging to in some areas of your life. And I know it's not healthy. I know you're not happy. I know you're not satisfied with the current circumstances. So something must give, and that is you. Using that head of yours, that hard-headed, strong-willed attitude that you can have at times, using that in a positive way for something that you believe in, something that is close to your heart. Okay. Now, what are the intentions and motives of yourself and others at this time? I feel like you may be having a spiritual awakening, Aries. This is your card, a real person. Okay. You're tired of faking the funk. You're tired of putting on airs. You're tired of doing for the sake of doing because that's what everybody says you should do. Aren't you allowed to live your own life? Yes, you are. But I feel like you're too busy wrapped up in other people's crap to take a serious glance at what you want in your life. Like I said, you want 5 more years like this? I don't think so. You're a real person with real feelings. You mean what you say and you say what you mean. And that's what's important. If others don't take you seriously, then maybe they're not the people that you should be hanging out with. All right. So you are a real person and you see this now like, man, I know what's going on with me. What the hell is going on with everyone else, man? How come I'm not supported by my environment? How come I'm not supported by my family, my coworkers, whatever this is? You want that cohesiveness, so you give them your best. And where are they at? Fury. They don't want to hear it, Aries. They got their own shit going on. They don't want to hear about your problems. They don't want to hear that you don't like the life that's going on, or that you don't like the coworkers that aren't holding up their end of the bargain, or that you don't like the way people are spending money. Okay. They're telling me this right now. Aries, you are nobody's bank account. I said that there. Other people want to keep you in whatever those energy patterns, other people want to keep you in those patterns by scaring you a little bit. I'll just say that right now. Maybe you don't scare easy, but when someone's real loud, it's easy to want to follow their direction, right? Especially if it's someone you care about, especially if it's somebody that you don't want to see overflowing with anger. You don't want that anger to be on you because you care about that person, or you care what they think about you. They want me to say that these may be some of the people that you leave behind, because that energy no longer resonates with the person that you are becoming. You're growing up. You're growing up and maturing in ways that you might have never thought you would. You're thinking on your own, and that pisses people off. It's okay for them to be pissed off. Nobody gets the right to think for you, to plan for you, and expect you to dutifully just follow it out, follow it through with no regard to your feelings of your own. That's a bunch of crap, Aries. I'm sorry to say this, but your reading is speaking volumes right now. Other people are mad or will be when you decide, hey man, this ain't for me. When you're honest about the intentions, we got to change something here. I need to start eating better. I'd like for us to move. I'm going to look for a new job. I'm leaving. Whatever this is, Aries. But I see here that you, as the real person you are, you don't want to hurt anyone. See those wings in the halo? You don't want to hurt anyone. You're trying to balance things out. You can't balance and fix something that doesn't want to be fixed. Sometimes unhealthy relationships or unhealthy behaviors, they gotta want to fix their own shit. They gotta know that what they're doing is not healthy for themselves or anyone else. And I feel like that blind eye, they either don't see it or they don't want to. It's up to you to make decisions for yourself to get you to a better space. And when they see that, Aries, they'll go, wow, look at Aries. Aries is doing the thing. You know what I mean? Aries is really following through, and I see Aries doing good. I want a piece of that. I want to do what you're doing. Show me how. Teach me how. I want to come along. And don't allow that to bring you right back down into those patterns. Oh, I'm along now, and now we're going to live great. But you're going to do what I say again. You're going to listen to my plan again because their plan sucks. I'll just say that right now. Other people's plans suck for you, Aries. This is all about you and learning to listen to your inner knowing. That's why you have it. That's why your heart steers you in a certain direction. That's why you want to go do certain things and you don't want to go do other things. Don't force yourself to do things that you don't want to do. I know we have obligations like work, etc. Nobody wants to go to work. Who the hell wants to go to work? Okay. But that's a part of being an adult. And you know, if you go to work, you'll get paid. And then when you get paid, you'll be able to buy the things that you want to buy, pay for the things that you want for the lifestyle that you want to live, not somebody else. Said and well, you want to live, not somebody else. Taking that risk of, you know what, I'm going to do things my way. Spirit honors that. Your spirit team is screaming in my ear right now for you to do things your way and just see how much better your life is. See how much things improve with or without other people involved, with or without other people following your lead right away or even later. Sometimes we close one chapter to open a new one and find greater things on the other side. Don't be afraid of that either, Aries. You deserve it. You deserve it. Even if this beautiful picture perfect life that you desire looks nothing like what you think it should, it's going to feel so much better than what you have had going on in the past. You're going to get a couple more cards here. So your final guidance on the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. Heavy burdens and baggage. You're carrying too much around. Other people are not pulling their weight or doing their part, and it's weighing so heavily on you. Do you see how this is the current energy? You're lightening your load. You're saying, wait a minute, what's mine and what's not mine? What can I take out of my life that will make my life easier? I'm turning my face away from stress and drama and garbage so that I can really focus on what's important to me. And I must say this, 10 of Wands, this card right here always makes me think she's moving. Always makes me think she's moving. Both of these cards look to me to be moving jobs, moving locations, moving family dynamics, taking a risk, definitely diving off of that cliff's edge and knowing that you are going to be divinely supported and rewarded for your efforts of taking that leap just because you feel like it's the right thing to do. Okay, for you, not for others. It is not callous and it is not careless to do something that feels right for you and only you, regardless of other people. Because let me tell you what, those other people that might stop you in your tracks from making these decisions because you don't want to hurt them, do they ever pause and say, wait a minute, hold on, I can't do this because what about Aries's feelings? Do they? Just get honest. You don't have to tell me. In your heart of hearts, do they consider you in the same ways that you considered them? Or do they expect things from you? Do they turn a blind eye to your feelings when you share these things with them? Hey, I'm not happy. I want to make some changes. What are we going to change? Everything's fine. Why are you bitching? That's what I see here. Getting honest with yourself, Aries. You are a real person with real dreams and real feelings. And if you don't address these things and take steps in the direction that you want, it will generally It will get worse. It will impact your body. Your feelings will become over heightened, and your emotions will be heightened. You'll get over emotional, overwhelmed, and you'll feel frozen, just like those other people frozen in your scenario. So I'm going to get you one last final message from your spirit team from the Fourth and Fifth Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And these are a bit challenging to shuffle here, but which one? That one. There it is. There it is. It is. I am free to be who I really am. Are you? Are you in the scenario that we're talking about here, Aries? Are you? I am free to be who I really am. This is from your spirit team. Personal freedom. The freedom to be who I really am. The freedom to do what I really want to do is the greatest gift that I can give myself. I got chills on this from your spirit team. If you don't feel free, make some changes. Take that risk. Go where you feel loved. Go where you can feel free. Enjoy the moments that you do feel free and pay attention to those feelings. They're not going to steer you wrong. When you don't feel so free, that's an invitation from your spirit team to make an adjustment in that area of your life. Your life is your own, Aries. I'm not your mama. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Your feelings inside should be directing you on your path. No one deserves to feel restricted. No one deserves to feel like they don't have an opinion. They can't speak up. They can't move freely. You deserve to feel free. That's from your spirit team. I thank you so much for tuning in with me on this mid-month December horoscopes for you. My name is Heidi Corona. My links are in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment to let me know how it resonates with you. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, click the notification bell so that you never miss another thing from me. I'm the reader who tells you like it is, man. Obviously, you can see that. If you want a little bit more of me, follow my channel. My links are in the description box. You can find me on Facebook, IG, TikTok, right here on YouTube. And I also book private sessions and personalized tarot videos for order. Those links are there. I will never reach out to you. That's not how it works. But I am here for you if you need anything from me. So thank you, Aries. Until the next one, I send you so much love and so much blessings. Bye, friends.